What's going on, guys? Mimic here with another video. This video we're going to be talking about my future plans for the closed beta tests that are happening in a week or in a couple of days, and also my plans for NA in regards to which weapon combo I'll be playing and why. But before we jump into the video, just want to thank all my subscribers for following the channel, all the people who chat in the comment section, and all the people who've joined my Discord. If you'd like to join the community, we're going to be throwing in Liberty heavy community. Feel free to join my Discord. It's in the channel description. You can join there. If you're playing in the CBT and would like to join our guild, please apply. You can apply on our TLGM app. All the links are in my description and or in my Discord, so feel free to jump in there. Even if you're watching this in the future and maybe NA is either about to release or has already released and you're looking for a group of people to join, feel free to join. Just join the Discord. It's in my description and we'll get you in. Let's jump into the video. So I'm gonna just be doing some contracts in the game. And while I'm doing the contracts, I will kind of just be talking a little bit about, you know, what my plans are for the game in closed beta, and then also what my plans are in NA, and kind of why I'm deciding to go that route. So let's just kind of just jump in. First thing is, as you guys know, if you've been following my channel, I started as a Greatsword dagger, and it's a very bursty backline type of character. You know, you're going to want to be attacking the enemy rear when you're engaging on you know, PvP Zerg type fights. When it's Zerg versus Zerg, your job as Greatsword dagger is to kind of infiltrate the back lines where all the squishies are, where the healers are, where the casters are, where the bow users are, and you kind of just want to go back there and wreak havoc, right? You want to kill the squishies, you want to do as much damage as you can, and then get out with your stealth as soon as you can. And I had a lot of fun playing Greatsword dagger. I mean, a lot of fun. I got so many kills. There was some really crazy moments, and it's really rewarding. And I highly suggest that if you guys are into that type of just like bursty kind of type champion, and it's, you know, it's what you've played in other games and that's what you like, give it a try in the closed beta test if that's what you want to try. I'm pretty sure you guys will have a blast with it. And of course, like I said, if you guys are watching this and NA is either about to be released or is already released, try it in NA. It's really fun. I had a great time with it. I would say 10 out of 10. It's just like so much fun. And then what I noticed was that I kind of wanted to start calling. I wanted to be a caller, a shot caller in the Zerg, and I wanted to have a little bit more say in kind of what the strategies were in the Zerg. And I felt like there were some opportunities for me to kind of step up and do that for our Zerg. And back when I was in Sota, that's exactly what I did. I actually went from Greatsword dagger, and I switched from Greatsword dagger and went to sword and shield Greatsword. So I went sword and shield Greatsword, and from there it gave me the opportunity to kind of still be in the front. Right now I'm more of a frontliner. I'm you know, I'm not depending on my invis to survive. Now I'm depending on my tankiness from going sword and shield to survive. And you know, it's just a different play style, right? You're up in front, you're in the front lines, you're not scared of dying. You're kind of there to soak up as much damage as you can. And you know, when you're in the front of a Zerg, you can see things that are happening. You can see the body of the Zerg shifting. You can see if you're going to get flanked. You can see if, you know, the enemy Zerg doesn't see you. And there's certain things that you can do and see when you are a caller, when you're in the front line as a sword and shield. And sword and shield guys in this game is very rewarding. I mean, if you have the right traits, you have the right armor pieces, and you have some pretty good skill, you can do a lot as a sword and shield in this game. You can push a line, you know, you can push a flank, and you can literally decimate your your opponents just for being kind of in the right area at the right time. And it's a high skill gap type combination, weapon combination, sword and shield. You have to know what you're doing. And I had a lot of fun playing it. I still do play it when we are tank light in events. So, you know, if we need a tank, I go sword and shield. If we are, you know, we don't really need a tank so bad, and we've got enough tanks, then I'll go Greatsword dagger. So what I would suggest, guys, is if you're going into CBT or you're going to play NA, you're not sure what you want to do, at least pick 1 or 2 different weapon combinations that you can use that are relevant, that synergize with each other. And if you guys watch any of my content, I talk a lot about synergizing, right? In this game, in this MMO, it's all about synergizing. It's about having 2 weapon combinations that work really well together that can help and benefit your Zerg, right? You want to make the most out of your tune. You want to stretch out as much as you can so that your Zerg will use you and utilize you, and you can be of benefit for your Zerg. And what I'm noticing is that range is very strong. If I had to pick between ranged or melee, which is stronger, even in a close fight, I'm gonna go with ranged. I know melee is very strong. They have, you know, Greatsword has its stuns. If you get stun locked, they can pretty much one-shot you if they're built adequately, and you know, you don't have really high evasion. They're gonna land everything on you and they're just gonna burst you in one shot. That's great and all, but with range, especially staff, I feel like you have so much utility. So what I'm actually going to be playing in closed beta, and what I'm going to be trying out in NA, depending on how I like it in closed beta, which is happening in the next few days, I am actually going to be playing or maining staff dagger. And I want to give staff dagger a try. One, because the dagger is really good, right? I am both melee and I'm ranged, right? So I can fight you from both sides. With the dagger, you take advantage of evasion, you take advantage of critical, and with the staff, you take advantage of all your weather effects. When it's raining outside, all your effects do more damage. They do different types of damage based on the weather, which I think is really cool. And also, you have utility, right? With staff dagger, I can go in with my shadow strike. I can go in with my shadow strike like this, boom. I can do my damage with my dagger, and then I can bounce out. They have a freeze ability where it creates like this ice thing around you, and it teleports you backwards, which can slow them. And it's kind of used like the kite, right? You can kite your enemy. And then you can just be doing damage at range. If they close the gap, you can invis out. So it's like very high skill gap type of situation. And I think I would enjoy that more than just kind of like a very straightforward type Greatsword dagger kind of bursty thing, right? I want something where it's more high skill gap, where it's gonna be a little bit harder, but also more rewarding, in my opinion, to play the character in PvP, in Zerg PvP, outside just having, like, you know, like I said, a Greatsword dagger type situation where all you do is attack the weaklings. With staff, in this game, as some of you guys may or may not know, staff is magic, right? So the only way you can actually get magic resistance is by using either leather armor or cloth armor. All the plate armors, you cannot have magic resistance. You cannot have magic endurance. You cannot have magic evasion. So the tanks, essentially, if they're not building leather or they're not building cloth, which tanks usually don't, they build plate. They are going to be very weak against staff users, against magic. And just like all the other champs too, like even me, as Greatsword dagger, I don't really use a lot of leather. I use mainly plate. There are some leather items that you can get if you're trying to min-max like your strength and things like that, but most times, guys, people are not going to be using the leather armors. They're going to be using plate, and that's not everyone, but most people. Okay, and what that does for staff users is it's going to let them do more damage because there's just less people that are countering you. There's less people that are using the correct armors and traits and things like that to counter magic, because at least what I see in KR, more people are trying to counter melee and they're not opening up to going and countering range. But in my opinion, in PvP, staff kind of reigns supreme, at least right now in the meta that I'm seeing. Things may change in the closed beta, things may change in NA, but as far as what I see right now, it's definitely like a staff user is going to be doing tons of damage on you, because a lot of people are just not building to counter that. And I wanted to give myself the opportunity to try something different and maybe make some other content for you guys. I know I always get hit up, guys. You guys always hit me up in DMs on Discord. You guys hit me up all over in game, like, hey, can you do a staff build? Can you do a range build? And I did want to play staff bow, because that is very, very strong as well. Staff bow is very good in PvP as well, super good. Like, you're going to be getting a lot of kills with staff bow because you get that extra range for having the bow and staff combination. But I wanted still melee, because I feel like I'm going to be getting dove on, right? People are still going to be trying to dive on me when they see me doing when they see me doing range skills, and I want to have the dagger there so that I can escape out if I need to, kind of like my oh shit button, right? Like, oh, something happens, I need to get out, I'm just gonna, you know, invis out, and hopefully I can survive, right? And obviously I'll build correctly so that I can have high evasions and stuff like that. So if a greatsword dagger user does want to pounce on me, I can evade his or her stuns, because I'm going to have high evasion, and you know, I'll be able to survive longer in PvP. So I want to go staff dagger. I'm going to be playing that in the CBT. I'll be playing that in NA if I do enjoy it in the closed beta, if maybe I do like it, but maybe I feel like I could have benefited from maybe going staff bow. Maybe I'll try staff bow in NA. I don't know yet. So CBT for me, just like everyone else, should be kind of like a place where you can test different builds, test different armors, weapons, different skills like that, and see, you know, what works for you. And so if you're playing in the CBT again and you don't have a group to play with, join my Discord so we can get you in and we can play together. But that's kind of what I'm going to go with, right? I did the melee thing, I did the tank thing. Now I want to try range. I want to try everything so that when NA comes out, I know exactly what I need to do, exactly how I need to level, exactly what items I need to get, so that I can be efficient and actually do the most damage that I can when it comes to PvP. That's my thing. Is I'm a big PvPer. I come from I mean, I've played so many MMO PvP games. I mean, literally you can name them off and I've probably played it. So my thing is, I'm just a huge PvP type guy. That's why I play the MMOs, is for the PvP. So if I'm not enjoying PvP, it's becoming stale. I'm not going to enjoy the game, and ultimately I'm just not going to have fun with it, and I'll probably want to play something completely different. So that's why I'm switching, because I've kind of maxed out like the greatsword dagger thing. I've maxed out the sword and shield. I want to try something different, so I will report to you guys back on my findings. I'll be making more content around it so that you guys can kind of see the difference in play. I do need to release a lot more PvP videos. I just haven't done that yet because PvP is kind of stale right now with kind of where the server is and things like that. So I'm hoping CBT comes out and it's like a breath of fresh air. I can try new builds, new PvP with new people that new enemies that aren't so zergy and things like that. And then I will report to you guys. Obviously CBT is under NDA, so I can't do any content released on the CBT, but like I said, I can maybe when the CBT is closed, maybe within a month or so, they'll release a date when it's supposed to be coming out for NA, and then things are really going to start shaping up and getting a lot fun for me and for the channel. And I'll definitely be releasing a lot more quality content so you guys can follow along in my journey and maybe learn something from the videos that I release. But yeah, that's kind of my scope on what my plans are and why I feel like I'm sold on the range, is because there's just so much utility that staff has. Like, if you build a staff right, if you build them right, they have lots of high evasion, like even as a greatsword dagger. And I've done it too. I've went and tried to kill a staff user and they just kite you. If you're missing everything because they have like really high evasion, like they're countering melee, it's very hard to beat a staff dagger. They have a lot of evasion. They have bursty from the dagger. They have escape with the invis. They can kite you with their spells on the staff. When they hit you with the staff, they put dots on you, so they're doing damage to you without them actually staying in front of you. They're still doing damage to you. They have a freeze, so they can perma CC you if they need to get away. So they just have way more utility than greatsword dagger. So that's why I want to try the staff dagger. And I'm kind of curious if there's any staff daggers currently that are playing in maybe a different server. Let me know what you guys think about it. Are you guys still having fun with it? Do you guys maybe want to try something different? How do you guys do in PvP? Do you wish maybe you tried something different? I'm curious to know, because all the staff dagger players that I've talked to say that like it's really good, and like they don't regret their decision in going staff dagger. So I'm just curious to know what you guys think about the class, if you guys are playing staff dagger, or really any kind of combination of staff, like if it's bow staff or staff wand. I'm just curious to know like how it feels in PvP and things like that. But that's the video. I just wanted to make it real short for you guys and just let y'all know that, yeah, you know what, I'm gonna be going I'm definitely gonna be going staff for sure. And I'm excited because like I said, it's playing this long, one or two different melee variations, like you want to try something else. You're gonna want to try something else. And hopefully when the NA comes, there's probably going to be more weapon groups that we get to choose from too. So who knows how busted those weapon groups are going to be. But like for now, what I'm seeing honestly in the game, if you're curious, or if you're like a ranger type player in other MMOs, is staff is kind of reigning supreme right now, just because a lot of people aren't building to counter the damage. So you're kind of getting like your free damage on target, because no one's doing magic evasion, no one is doing magic endurance. They're all doing melee, right? Because there's from what I gather, there's always going to be more melee than ranged. But that's kind of a problem, because if you're building only melee, and then the rangers are hitting you or the staff users are hitting you, they're getting their full damage crit on you, and there's nothing you're doing to counter them, and they can just infinitely kite you. And in a large PvP Zerg type environment, it's very hard to stay on target and only kill that one target, because there's just so many targets available. So that's kind of how I'm gonna play it. And like I said, I'll be releasing more videos, guys, on it, so you guys can watch. I'll be releasing build videos. I'm currently talking to a few. I got a new follower there on YouTube. I'm talking to other people that are doing staff dagger, so I'm going to be learning kind of like what the build is, what you want to be prioritizing, what skills you want to be using. I have no idea how to build it, so I'm a newbie when it comes to that. So any guidance you guys could give me, maybe I can try out, and I'll try it out and give you guys some props in my next videos and things like that. But yep, that's the video. Just wanted to make it real quick for you guys, let y'all know that I'm going to be switching to ranged, and I'm going to be going staff for sure. And I'm really looking forward to how fun it's going to be, and I'm thinking I'm gonna have a really good time. Honestly, I'm going to thoroughly enjoy blowing up tanks. That's all I can say. But yeah, thanks so much for the view, guys. Thanks so much for all your support. Thanks for all the people who sub to me. Again, if you haven't subbed yet, consider subbing. Helps me out huge. If you guys like the video, liked all my other videos, go ahead and smash the like button. It helps me out. Every time you guys like the videos, it pushes them out to other people, and then they can enjoy the content as well. And of course, if you have any questions or concerns, throw them in the comment section. I try to answer those as they come in, and I do answer those myself. So again, much love. Thanks for the video. I can't wait for the CBT to come out here in the next few days. It's going to be so freaking awesome. I'm so excited. I've had so many people join the Discord. If you're not in a Discord right now, in a TNL community Discord, join my Discord. It's in the description. If you're in the closed beta test, you can actually apply to join our guild, which is Next of Kin. That is the guild I'll be leading in CBT. And if you want to come play with us, all you got to do is sign up. I appreciate it, guys. Till next time, I'll be releasing another video here in the next few days. Much love. Thanks for everything, guys. Peace.